What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me for another episode with me, Jrcorpio, with Just Real Leadership Solutions. So last week I spoke about how I dove into my passion, but I know you guys didn't subscribe to my channel just to hear all about me. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into how you can find your passion. Let's first imagine this scenario. You get up early, jump out of bed, excited to go to work, and your hours just zoom right by. And it doesn't seem to be very difficult for you because you're actually enjoying what you're doing. Work is not work, as many people refer to it, but it's something fun, interesting, and exciting. It's not a job because it's a passion that leads to a more fulfilling life. Now, does this sound like the type of thing that you'd like to wake up to each morning? If so, stay tuned. So if you dare ask, how do I find my passion? And if you actually imagine the possibilities and search for what you love, this is not only a possibility, but also a probability. So before I get into all of this, I want to give a full disclosure. I'm likely not sharing anything with you that you haven't already probably heard before. But the thing is, just as with any self-help material, consistency is key. And the more that you hear it and you repeat it, and when you actually go out and take action on these things that I tell you today, I promise you, you will see a result. These are just the same type of things that you've already heard, but in my own perspective. And so I'm sharing that with you because it's what's helped me. And I feel like putting it in some kind of general terms really helps to break things down a little bit better. Do you have a hobby or something that you liked doing as a child, but didn't really ever consider doing it as a career or a job? Whether it's playing video games, gardening, building, or creating, there's probably a way that you can do these things for a living. For example, start a Twitch account, begin recording your gaming, start a YouTube, a TikTok, go ahead and go over your gardening skills. There's plenty of people out there that are willing to watch and learn from you as long as you have some type of niche. If there's already something you love doing, you're already ahead of the game. At this point, all you have to do is do the research and figure out how you're going to make money doing it. When I get really passionate about something, I'll spend hours researching, and I'll go out and buy books, I'll watch YouTube videos, and I'll just spend so much time really digging into whatever particular topic it is that I want to learn. There may be a few possibilities here for you, and they may all go to different types of career paths. Don't close your mind to these topics. Look into them until you feel your heart is content. And this will help you really bridge into how you're going to find your passion. With the internet out there nowadays, there is almost nothing that we cannot do and make a living doing it. If nothing comes to your mind right away, don't beat yourself up about it. This process right here should not be a stressful one. Instead, take out a sheet of paper and start writing down notes. Now, this doesn't need to be an organized list. Just start taking notes or doodles. This information that you gather will help in processes later on that you'll find very helpful. Look around your house, your phone, tablet, computer for any kind of inspiration. There are no bad ideas at this stage, except quitting and just throwing in the towel. There are likely many people that you admire in your life, and there are things from them that you would like to replicate in yourself. Go to them if possible and pick their brain. See how they got to where they are, and see if what they're doing is really their passion. You would be surprised how willing people are to tell you exactly how it is that they got to do what they're now doing. Remember, it's a big boost to their ego that you even came to them in the first place. The more possibilities you're able to find, the more chances that there are that you have in finding your passion in the long run. Now let me ask you this. How many of your friends and family are actually following their passions? If it's not many, it may be time for you to expand your circle and associate yourself with people that are inspired and driven. The big key here is don't feel intimidated. Ask questions. I myself love answering questions when anyone comes to me and asks me them. Now this is a big one, and one that I continue to follow. You know those corporations I spoke about in my last video? Well, I still work at one. And And luckily for me, it's a great company with great values that has a lot of support, and it allows me to keep working on my skills with this company. If you happen to find your passion, don't just go and turn your resignation in tomorrow. Just to continue in your job until you've figured out the possibilities. If you can do your passion as a side job for a few months or even a few years, trust me, that's even better. This gives you a chance to build up some savings, which, trust me, if you're going into business for yourself, you're going to want some kind of savings or cash reserve. This also allows you to keep practicing the skills you need with another company and not yours. Now, it's best to try your passion first before just deciding to jump into it as a career. Do it as a hobby or a side job first, so you can see if it's even something that you want to do long term. Now, you may be passionate about it for a few days, but where the rubber meets the road is whether or not you're still excited about it after a few months. If you pass this test, you've probably found it. Know as much about your passion as possible. So if this has been your passion for a while, you've likely already been doing this, but always continue to learn and grow with your passion. The work is never really done. Be sure to search every reputable website that's online, or go out and buy the best books on your subject. Again, find other people that do what you want to do for a living and go and ask them questions about it. How much do they make? And what kind of training and skills are necessary for the job? What recommendations do they maybe have for you? These are the kind of questions that you want to be asking. And again, you'll often find that people are more than willing to give advice. And if they're not, then trust me on this one. You don't want to talk to them anyways, and you don't care for their advice. If you're getting close to finding your passion, do not go into it with an amateur skill level. If you truly want to make money, you have to have professional skills and bring a real value to your customers. Get very good at your future career, and you will make money doing it. If you went into a movie with a strong opinion like, I don't want to watch this movie, it's going to be boring, and I don't even want to be here, well, you've already ruined the movie for yourself. You won't explore it with due time and attention, and it's unlikely that you're going to enjoy the movie at all. The same principle applies to passion. If you tell yourself that it's going to be hard to find your passion and that it's just not going to happen for you, you're going to remain closed off to the possibilities. You'll block the little nudges, pulls, and signals that guide us all. After all, how can you find fulfilling work if you don't even believe that it exists? Choose to adopt the perspective that you can do what you want with your life. Now, it's possible that you won't find your passion in just a few days, but if you give up, it's a sure way that you're never going to find it. Keep trying for a few months if necessary, and eventually something will come. Now, perhaps you're the person that thought you found your passion, and you found out after a few months that it just wasn't for you. Totally okay. Start over again, and go ahead and find what you truly are passionate about. There may be more than one passion in your lifetime, so explore all of the possibilities. Maybe you found your passion, but you haven't been successful making money at it. My suggestion here is just keep trying. This does not come easy. And keep in mind that many before you have failed many, many times before finally succeeding. Every one of us has a fear around success, visibility, vulnerability that speak to us in sensible voices. These voices instruct us that we should not do what we love. If you let these voices win, your passion will remain out of sight. Instead, look for the fear underneath every supposedly reasonable voice. Forget the years of conditioning from your parents, school, colleagues, friends, and go against those resistant forces and tell yourself that you are moving in the right direction. Now, don't forget, all of this will require a lot of sacrifice, failure, and a lot of hard work. But I promise you that it'll be the best investment that you've ever made in your life. Thomas Edison said that many of life's failures are people who didn't realize how close they were to success before they gave up. So keep grinding, you all. I'm right along with you in this journey to success. Until next time.